Hello everyone. This is going to be a quick tutorial basically on some of the clear up questions that we've had repeatedly for Inkscape, as well as just some wrap up things in Fusion. So first things first, I've had a lot of students not using the correct sheet size for their drawing files. So as you can see here, once I make the drawing file, I remove the borders, I clicked, I press delete, I clicked, I press delete, make sure the title block's gone as well. And you can see here I embossed my name onto the part. Make sure you do that. I still have a lot of people forgetting to do that portion. So make sure you do that. After you're done with all that, make sure you go into sheet settings and see, you'll see this little pencil here. Make sure you're in sheet size C. And if you're not, make sure you are. So after I do all this, we still have a lot of people, you press OK after you save it as a PDF. We still have a lot of people not being able to find their files. So I want to make sure I clear that up as well. So I'm going to call this one Cupid Gingerbread GB drawing file. I don't know, something like that. And it says this PC and in downloads. And in mine, it'll work perfectly fine. In yours, it's not going to. It's going to be a little bit tricky to find your file, especially when you open up Inkscape. So if we have just a normal, see if I can close this, close without saving, close without saving, try and start completely fresh for you. So if I go into Inkscape, and this is kind of where people start getting lost. After you have it downloaded, after you have all that stuff prepped, you're going to have this thing pop up. I went through that. You can go to New Document. So when it brings open this new document, the first thing you're going to see is Document Properties pop up. And if it doesn't, and if it looks just like this, you can go to File and Document Properties, and then this will pop up. But regardless, what you need to do first before you even mess with any of the document properties is go to File and go to Open. And we're going to need to find that file. Now, again, mine is right here, perfectly fine and all safe. But yours, you're going to have to go into this PC. You're going to have to go to Local Disk. And then you're going to have to go to Users. And you're going to have to find your student ID number. And then inside your student ID number folder, you're going to see Downloads. And then you'll be able to find your folder. So it's really important that you kind of go through that process and try and find your stuff. That's been a big kind of hiccup for a lot of students. So if I go back, open that file up, leave this all alone, press OK, you're going to see this come in, right? And the next thing you need to do is now mess with the units. So I like to come up here to the very top, and you'll see it's in millimeters. Sometimes it's in pixels. Sometimes it's in, whatever, centimeters. It needs to be in inches, okay? And then you're going to go to File, and you're going to go to Document Properties. And then you're going to make sure that it's changed. See, in here it didn't change, it went back to pixels. So I'm going to make sure that that's in inches, as well as the orientation down here for resizing right here. Make sure I put that in inches. Once you're done with that, you can close that. It's perfectly fine. So now we have, and you can even check by using the rulers here, 0 to 22 and 0 to 17 is the sheet size. That's what we made it in Fusion. So a lot of people from here are having problems where they can't select, their name and all that kind of stuff. So we're also going to go over that. So if I click it once, make sure you click it once, and then go to Object and Ungroup. What that'll do is basically explode every piece in here to allow you to select now. As you can see, individual letters, individual words, whatever. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything. You can hold Control and deselect things too, but I'm going to select everything just for the sake of this. And then I'm going to go to Object and then Fill and Stroke. And that'll bring open this tab here. And the first thing I want to mess with is Stroke Paint. And I want to make sure that it's all completely that 255 red that we talked about. You can see as I do this, it's changing. And then we go to Stroke Style, and we make sure that that's changed to 0.001. And again, that's in inches because we already made the inches. You click off of that sheet, and it may look in your computer like there's nothing there, kind of like this when you scroll over it and they are there. It's just because the line are so fine that it's really hard to see them. But that's it for the ungrouping, and that's it for the line weights. Now, what I see a lot of people doing, and still with their names. So if I select my name and then come back in here, it doesn't really necessarily mean need it to be 0.001, but I do need it to be completely black. We're trying to engrave your name, not cut your name. And as you can see here now, if I zoom in a little bit, now the border and all the words are outlined in that black to engrave. Now, another thing on top of just selecting it, ungrouping it, making it black, is also to make it filled. So I like to fill it here. So if I go to the tab fill and then press fill, it will obviously fill your name. And then it'll engrave everything in black and make it look a lot nicer. And the last little piece, if you have negatives, like this piece supposed to be white, you just click the one piece that needs to change color, and you basically can bring all these back over to the right side. And if you do that correctly, it should turn it to white, and now you can see that my name is all set there. So should be pretty straightforward now. And then from here, obviously, you have everything you need. Now we can go to File. We can save as. Make sure you save it as a PDF. So I'm going to go look and find PDF. Right here. And then this is now my PDF. I would change the name to something like, with a little Inkscape version or something, so that you know that that's different as opposed to the PDF that you saved from your Fusion file. So hope this helps. If you have any questions, just ask your teacher, guys. Thanks.